What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man ChazzEllis, and you're watching the Guy Channel. Now, as you know, it's Monday, and on Monday, what I like to do is make a video from some of your questions on my inbox or on the comment section. And that's what I'm doing right now, so check it out. I got an email in my inbox that basically said it's from a guy who got his college degree, and he's wondering why having his college degree just isn't helping him with the ladies. He's basically saying that, even though he got the degree, he's still seeing girls dating guys with no degree, dating thugs, and people who really just don't seem to have accomplished much. And he's saying, why doesn't my degree help me? Why isn't it getting me girls? Well, that's a good question. And I can only say this. Your degree probably isn't really helping you with the ladies because it hasn't changed the way you think about yourself. Even though in the email you're saying, I got a degree, I should be getting women, the chances are you're probably not approaching women in that way. Like, I got a degree, this is changing the way I feel about myself. This is making me have a certain degree of confidence. This is making me feel like I'm a great catch. And when I talk to you, if you say no, there's a million other women who would say yes. It probably hasn't done that for you. And a lot of times the reason for that is because when you watch the commercial for colleges, it basically makes you feel like when you get this degree, it's just going to open up all of these doors. You're going to have a nice house, a nice car. You're going to be working at the job of your dreams, making all kinds of money, and be able to do anything you want. And for people who don't get those degrees, people who drop out of high school and stuff like that, they're supposed to be riding a bus or riding a bike around town, bad credit, sleeping in their mama's basement, putting water on their cornflakes, putting their name on the orange juice or on the cereal box, trying to keep the kids from eating it. This is supposed to be their life, and your life is just supposed to be great. Well, unfortunately, sometimes when you go to college and you get the degree, things don't really work out the way you wanted them to right away. You might get in a situation where you get out of school and you can't find a job that you're looking for in your field. Maybe your field's a little too crowded. Maybe the job market changed a little bit before you got out of school. Anything could be happening. You might be, and I know people who are like this, who have master's degrees and doctorates, working at Sears or some other place like that, just not doing exactly what they want to be doing. And for that reason, a lot of times it just doesn't make you feel so good about the degree anymore. You feel like they wrote you a bad check, basically. You feel like they didn't make good on the promise. And as you start feeling like that about the degree, it shows. It shows in how you feel about yourself and how you feel about the way where you've landed. And sometimes it becomes even worse when you see people who didn't go to college, people who didn't graduate, or people who dropped out of freaking high school, and you see sometimes where they might have become a welder or electrician or something like that, and now they're making money and they're doing pretty good. They're driving around the car you thought you'd have, and now you start becoming more and more discouraged and feeling more and more run of the mill. Like, oh, I guess I'm not anything special. I guess this degree really is just a piece of paper. And the more you start feeling like that, the more other people begin to agree with you. So now when you talk to a girl, you're like, well, I hope, maybe you'll go out with me. I know I'm nothing special. And that's kind of the response that you get from them, where it's like, you're nothing special because you don't think so. Think about it this way. I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. When you were in high school, there's this captain of the basketball team. Say he's averaging 20 points a game. In high school, he's not making any money off of that. And chances are, if you think about most of them, they didn't end up going to college and doing anything. They certainly didn't go to the pros and make millions of dollars. But were they not knee deep in women? Did they not have everybody they wanted whenever they wanted? Is that not kind of how it went? Well, the reason why is because they believed that averaging 20 points a game in high school basketball was something that made them a catch and made them valuable. And any girl who said no to them would basically doesn't matter because there's a million that will say yes. So whenever they approach somebody, that's how they did it. They had confidence. They believed that what their accomplishments were doing for them was making them more valuable and making them more valuable to any woman they wanted to talk to. Well, because, maybe your degree hasn't filled the promise that you thought it would, you don't feel that way. So when you're talking to people, you're still seeming like that scared little boy that was living in high school, and not getting the girls, or didn't have any accomplishments yet. And a lot of times you bring that out. Sometimes your confidence is even falling off since high school and since college because the degree didn't do for you exactly what you thought it would. So now you're even worse. And that could be a problem. What you have to do if you want the degree to matter is it has to matter to you. When you talk to people, you have to say, I know that this degree and what I've accomplished is going to help me, and I'm going to set the world on fire. And if you don't want to be a part of this, then you're missing the train. If you don't feel like what I bring to the table is valuable now, just watch. And if you got that kind of mentality, if you start thinking like that, then you're going to start approaching people like that. Everybody you shake hands with, everybody you talk to, you're going to start showing them that that degree has value, and that's going to put you on a pedestal. And it's not going to do that until it does it internally. No one's going to care about what you've accomplished until you care about it. If you don't care about the degree you got until you get $1 million off of it or whatever, then no one else is going to care about it until you get $1 million. So if you want the degree to help you get women, it's got to help you internally. It's got to change the way you feel about yourself. Because until that happens, even if your degree makes you $1 million, even if your degree does everything in the world for you, if it's still destroyed, if your self-esteem is still messed up, if your confidence isn't there, I promise you, you're not going to get the women you want. And when you get that $1 million, you're going to want better women. You're going to want more. You're going to want prettier. You're going to all those things, because that money's going to change what you expect to get. So I promise you, if it doesn't change you internally, you're still going to struggle. I talk to people who got money all the time who are still struggling because it hasn't changed them internally. It hasn't made them feel like they're stronger, better, like they're more valuable. So you got to start with what you feel about yourself internally, what you feel about your accomplishments. Until you do that, that degree is not going to matter. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, ChazzEllis. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with somebody you know needs it.